Tonight on CTV News at 11:30, a busy weekend for police in the North Bay area.
Stunt driving is one of the most dangerous and reckless behaviors on our roads today.
Officers say they noticed a dramatic spike over a 3-day period. Plus, speaking out after being scammed herself.
They were going to freeze my account and I needed to take the funds out of my account or they would be frozen.
A Timmins woman shares her story to protect others. And a roadside attraction in Sault Ste. Marie gets a new facelift.
They park here, they take a picture of him, they have people who stand in front.
We'll have more on the efforts to save Sugo Pogo.
CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for staying up with us. It was a busy weekend for provincial police in the North Bay area. Throughout the long weekend, officers were cracking down on driving offenses in a long weekend blitz, targeting speeding, impaired or distracted drivers and those not wearing a seatbelt. And it was the amount of stunt driving that left police shocked. CTV's Eric Tashner starts us off tonight.
Over the long weekend, OPP across the province charged 137 drivers for stunt driving. 8 of those incidents took place in the North Bay area, leaving police concerned.
Stunt driving is one of the most dangerous and reckless behaviors on our roads today.
Stunt driving is defined as going at least 40 kilometers over the speed limit on roads with a limit less than 80 kilometers an hour, or going over by 50 kilometers or more when the limit is above 80. But it's not just speeding that can land you a stunt driving charge.
Other components of stunt driving is aggressive lane changings, losing traction of the wheel, which is also known as burnouts or donuts, having someone in the trunk, and one of the last ones is racing the green light, where you're trying to turn left on a green light and you're racing oncoming traffic. According
to annual Ontario driver statistics, the number of license suspensions for stunt driving increased by 130% between 2013 and 2019. Under Ontario's Highway Traffic Act, stunt driving results in the vehicle being impounded for 2 weeks, a 30-day license suspension, fines of up to $10,000, 6 demerit points, and possible 6 months of jail time. It's not just that. Insurance on vehicles will dramatically spike.
You will quite likely find yourself as a high-risk driver. And that means the premiums that you're paying now could very easily double or in some cases triple. Those premium increases will continue for 3 years.
Follow the rules of the road, follow the speed limits.
The police's message is really simple. Drive smart, drive safe, and make it to your destination. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
A shelter in place remains in effect at Brunswick House First Nation near Chapleau following a shooting over the weekend. Anishinaabe police were called to a home Sunday afternoon and found an injured male. Police say they are searching for a male suspect. Motorists traveling near the First Nation and Chapleau are advised to remain vigilant and avoid unnecessary stops. One person was killed in a crash near Parry Sound late last night. Provincial police say the single vehicle collision happened at 11 p.m. on Shibishikong Road in Carling Township. The cause of the crash is still unclear. Well, new tonight, the city of Elliott Lake says it's marking a major milestone towards reopening the doors of its arena. According to city officials, the micropile work on the foundation is now finished, with the remaining concrete work scheduled to be completed within the next few weeks. While this is underway, firm Perry & Perry have been coordinating the remaining design work is also underway on exterior reconstruction prior to Christmas in a bid to speed up the schedule. After that's all done comes the insulation and its final installation. It'll also allow for interior work to resume throughout the winter. Timmins City Council has just ratified a 4-year new collective agreement with CUPE Local 1544 on behalf of Timmins Transit. The agreement will see transit mechanics receive a base rate adjustment of 8%, drivers 4.5%, maintenance 1%, plus a 3% yearly increase for the length of the contract. Other items agreed to include holiday pay, optical coverage, safety footwear and vacation enhancements. Bus service, paratransit service, and the Northern College Express will resume October 18th. A Timmins woman is sharing her story about how she was scammed out of $10,000 this summer because she thought the caller was from her bank. CTV's Lydia Chubak reports.
And then, yeah.
In June, Jessica Fraser got a call from someone claiming to be a TD Bank employee. He told her her account had been compromised and she needed to safeguard her money and e-transfer it to another account.
They were going to freeze my account and I needed to take the funds out of my account or they would be frozen. I was going on a planned vacation the next day and I went immediately into a panic.
The caller guided Fraser on how to go about transferring her money by logging into her mobile banking app and sending herself $3,000 through a phone link. She says she was then transferred to a TD EasyLine employee to increase her e-transfer limit.
I've gotten a written copy of that where I clearly identified fraud, and the agent proceeded with the call per normal, increasing my limits and doing everything, so further making me think I was talking to the bank.
During that conversation, the call got disconnected.
And the fraudster came back on, and I remember saying to the fraudster, you cut him off. And one of the statements TD has, and I have it recorded, is they will make every effort to call back their customers. Nobody called me back. And the statement that was given to me by the fraud department was, we don't call back customers that drop calls and hang up on us. How do you know that the call dropped? I didn't hang up. And why was my limit still increased after the call disconnected?
Fraser lost a total of $10,000 and says TD Bank has been of no help.
I think they've failed in doing their due diligence for me as their customer and protecting me. I'm at fault as well. I'm partially liable. I made a poor decision in a heat of a moment in a call that I should have recognized some things. But ultimately, I spoke to a bank employee and said there's fraud.
In an email to CTV News, a TD Bank official says, while we are unable to share specific details regarding individual investigations due to privacy obligations, I can confirm this case was reviewed thoroughly via appropriate internal channels at the bank, and the matter was assessed objectively and in accordance with our policies and procedures. Fraser says she immediately reported the crime to the Timmins Police Service. Timmins police would not provide an interview to CTV News, but says a 54-year-old woman from Montreal has been charged with fraud over $5,000 and possession of property obtained by crime over $5,000, and says there's a warrant out for her arrest. The Ombudsman for Banking Services and Investments is now reviewing Fraser's case and says it could recommend that TD Bank compensate Fraser for her loss, but it's ultimately up to the bank. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
A motion headed to Greater Sudbury Council next week calls on the province to compensate the city for the loss of speed camera revenue. Councillor Bill Leduc's motion says removing the cameras will cost the city money, both for the physical removal and in lost revenue. It is in response to Premier Doug Ford's plan to force municipalities to remove speed cameras, which he calls a tax grab. Municipalities that use the cameras had hoped Ford would at least allow them in school zones, but the Premier later rejected that idea. The city of Sudbury is looking to get the opinion of Campbell residents about a potential move. City officials are considering relocating the public library and citizen service center to the Millennium Resource Center. The public is being invited to attend an open house tomorrow night. There will also be an opportunity to view conceptual designs and share feedback. Residents are also being invited to submit their input online before the end of the month.
You know, I'm hoping to see some positivity from people. I know people don't really embrace change very easily, but, you know, council's tasked with making some really tough decisions about asset management and the amount of assets we do take care of, and it's really expensive.
The open house gets underway tomorrow night between 5 p.m. and 7 at the Millennium Center. Well, some exciting news in Kirkland Lake. After being cut off from vehicle traffic for more than a decade, the Barron Street Bridge is coming down. Last year, Public Works had determined it wasn't even safe for pedestrians. The town is hoping to receive funding for its mitigation efforts, specifically to replace the twin culverts at Earl and Pine Streets. Securing that funding would allow the town to install a large culvert on Barron as an alternative to a bridge. There's no word yet on a cost, but they add a culvert will cost significantly less than replacing the bridge.
So it would be lovely if the province was able to afford us some financing through that provincial stream. However, regardless of funding or no funding, we do want to work towards reclaiming that area.
Regardless of funding, town officials say they are committed to finding means to install the culvert and reopen Barron Street to both vehicles and pedestrians within the coming years. A Highway 17 roadside attraction near Sault Ste. Marie has recently received a facelift better than ever. The Sugo Pogo, similar to its relative in the Okanagan, is a sea creature that has been on display to travelers north of the city for a half-century. As CTV's Corey Nordstrom reports, for much of the year, it had looked like a bite was taken out of the sea monster.
A landmark outside of the Soo may resemble a creature that died out long before the Ice Age, but a harsh winter almost spelled the end of the Sugo Pogo.
In this area, it's the snow belt, so he had so much snow we couldn't tell where he was, and when the driveway got cleaned, he got damaged.
For at least 50 years, the roadside display has served as a signifier that travelers are nearly in the border city. Annette Kennedy's family has been its owner for almost 4 decades, and she says fixing it up felt like the right thing to do.
It's been here for so long. Years ago, there used to be a rock shop, so it was kind of a side of the road tourist attraction, and it was for the campground also. And I mean, there's been so many people that have grown up out here or have passed by, and when they seen he was damaged, and we were actually talking about maybe tearing him down, people were kind of didn't really want to have that happen.
Thanks to Kennedy's son and grandson, the Sugo Pogo's body is fixed up. It has a fresh coat of paint, and it's evolved to grow spikes out of its back. She says the reception has been great, and they're back to getting daily visits by both travelers and locals wanting to see the concrete creature.
They park here, they take a picture of him, they have people who stand in front, some families put young kids on their back. Quite a few years ago, it was mid-November, and a fellow stopped by in shorts, cowboy boots, and a hat, put a rope around the neck, and he pretended he was hauling him away. So all kinds of little funny antics that I noticed.
Kennedy adds next year she plans on continuing the improvements of the Sugo Pogo. Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Hayden Township.
I don't think Sugo Pogo has ever looked prettier. Way to go. Glad to see it still standing. Time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, Rick will have your full weather forecast. For now, look at the current conditions, and we've got a mix of just about everything but -1 to 12 degrees. What a wide range across the northeast. 12 in Gore Bay. You are the hotspot at the moment. 4 in Timiskaming Shores. Timmins sitting in around the freezing mark. We'll have details coming up in a moment.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Well, with all that sunshine that we did manage to experience on the weekend, we've got a few more days of sunny skies in our forecast before precipitation makes its way to northeastern Ontario by Friday. And we should have some showers, good chance of showers over the course of the weekend. You can see that system just about ready to approach by late Thursday night, early Friday morning. Let's check out some of the numbers. Sudbury Nickel Belt 7-day forecast. Sunshine for a couple of days. Wednesday, Thursday, 12-14. Chance of showers Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Doesn't look too promising. Daytime highs 12, 16, 12, and 13 over the course of those 4 days of precipitation. And of course, those temperatures above normal. Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, mainly sunny tomorrow at 13. 15 on Thursday with the sunshine. Chance of showers 1, 2, 3, 4. And good bets for 60%, 70%, some showers on Sunday, and 60% again on Monday. Yes, it will be wet. Normally at this time of the year, you should be sitting at 11. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, sunny skies for a couple of days, 11 and 12. Chance of showers Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday at 60 and 40% Friday and Saturday. Showers Sunday and 60% chance of showers come Monday. Those temperatures above normal for this time of the year at 11, 16, and 12 degrees. How about Timiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake? Mainly sunny tomorrow at 11. A low of -2 though. 12 on Thursday, loads of sunshine. Friday, that changes to showers at 60%. 40% chance of showers on Saturday. Sunday, showers and 60% chance of showers on Monday. Your daytime highs at 11, 17, 13, and 12. But again, -2 tomorrow night and 0 on Thursday. Then there's North Bay, West Nipissing, mainly sunny tomorrow at 11, a low of 1. More of the same on Thursday after a daytime high of 13 with the sunshine. Friday and Saturday, 60% chance of showers and 40% chance of showers. 13 and 15, your daytime highs. Sunday, Monday, shower activity at 13 and the chance of showers at 60% for Monday with a daytime high of 12, above normal at this time of the year. So Ian, enjoy your sunshine tomorrow and on Thursday, and get ready for the rain because it's coming. Back to you.
I'm gonna have to cut the grass. Thanks, Rick. Well, the Ontario government is launching a new commercial to air south of the border aimed at convincing Americans that tariffs are a bad thing, in the words of one of their own presidents. This $75 million commercial features a speech given by Ronald Reagan back in 1987. Premier Doug Ford hopes those words will resonate with average Americans today. CTV Siobhan Morris reports.
This is a new Ontario ad against tariffs that the government hopes will capture the eyes and ears of Americans.
Rejecting protectionist legislation and promoting fair and free competition. America's jobs and growth are at stake.
Using the voice of former Republican President Ronald Reagan to make the case. The Premier showed it off before a speech in front of the Empire Club in Toronto.
It's not a nasty ad. It's actually just very factual, and coming from a person like Ronald Reagan, every Republican is going to identify that voice.
The cost of the ad, $75 million, hitting stations like Fox, NBC, ABC, ESPN, CBS, and many local affiliate stations over the next 2 weeks. Using words from that 1987 address from Reagan to emphasize the damage of tariffs and trade wars.
Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs.
We're going to repeat that message to every Republican district there is, right across the entire country.
Doug Ford's been trying to do some of that outreach on a one-to-one basis, hosting governors, including at least one Republican.
We're proud of the relationship between Utah and Ontario.
But these are leaders already aligned with Ford on tariffs. This ad spend is bigger than the last Made for the U.S. campaign Ontario launched just over a year ago. That one was about $50 million and doesn't look to have moved the needle. Still, the finance minister insists it is worthwhile to keep speaking out against tariffs in the U.S.
They don't help. They drive prices up. They hurt jobs. So I think we're going to not relent in telling our perspective to the American people.
Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
Officials with the city of Greater Sudbury are confirming there are 211 people living outdoors in 50 locations. The plan this winter is to offer expanded services at Energy Court. As the cold weather sets in, that encampment location is growing. We get details now from CTV's Elena Everson.
Right now, this trailer at Energy Court offers daytime services for the homeless. On November 1st, it will operate 24/7 and offer expanded services.
The option of having a 24-hour service means that during the daytime, a number of our community partners, including the city-operated client navigators, can meet with people there. They know where they are, they can engage with them. The Go Give project also offers some other services there. Crisis support, de-escalation, overdose prevention.
The city confirms the encampment at Energy Court is growing and that no structures are allowed at any encampment site.
It is strictly tents, so we do receive complaints about structures, but when we are in the area conducting regular cleanups, we're also assessing for risks and coming up with solutions on how to mitigate them. So that may involve removing structures, it may involve removing other hazardous materials such as combustibles.
The city funds the services at the trailer at Energy Court, with the Go Give project as a service provider. It's seeing the increase in people living there firsthand.
At this point, we're just seeing a little bit of crowding. And again, with crowding, you do have different personalities, different people. There can be some tension, some violence, which is something that we're seeing, but we're also reporting as we see.
The city confirms it's currently working on a security plan for the Energy Court encampment site in collaboration with the Greater Sudbury Police. Elena Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
Sudbury and Timmins saw record home sales last month, according to the Canadian Real Estate Board. In Sudbury, the dollar value of all homes sold was a record $146.8 million, up by 17.8% compared to the same time last year. Meanwhile, Timmins came in at $44.3 million, up around 10%. To read more on this, we've got it all on our website, CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. Still ahead tonight on CTV News. A new report suggests doctors are having a tough time and burning out. We'll take a look at the numbers after this. New data released today from the Canadian Medical Association shows that physicians are struggling with high rates of burnout and depression 5 years after the onset of the pandemic. However, survey results also show more doctors are likely to seek wellness support and embrace other solutions. CTV's Lindsay Alick reports.
Releasing data from its 2025 National Physician Health Survey, the CMA says 46% of physicians report high levels of burnout, down from 2021 at 53%, and still significantly above 2017 levels at 30%.
We know that there's there's a shortage in access to care. So that means that us that are remaining in the system have an inordinate amount of work and patients to manage. Another important part is administrative burden. So doctors are spending a whole lot of time not actually doing what we came into this to do, which is to manage patients face to face. We're spending up to 10 or 11 hours every single week just on writing notes and other administrative tasks. And this is higher among family physicians.
The data also underscores solutions to improve physician wellness. For example, 59% of respondents who use it say AI decreased their time spent on administrative tasks.
I think there are many ways to address this. So one would just be a very solid recruitment and retention effort in terms of having more physicians in the system. But it goes beyond that. It's about doctors really being able to help lead and shape the healthcare system that we work in.
Dr. Michael Green is the president of Nossum University. He says the school is doing everything it can to support student and faculty wellness. But he says a lot of these numbers are due to the circumstances people are working in.
Microaggressions and real aggressions and abuse that some physicians are suffering in emergency rooms and other locations and places of care, which we know also affects other health professionals as well. I think also the moral distress of not being able to help people as quickly as you want, dealing with things like long wait times for specialists or emergency rooms being overcrowded and feeling frustrated with not being able to deliver the care at the level that you'd like.
Encouragingly, 65% of physicians access at least one wellness support, up from 54% in 2021. The survey included responses from over 3,300 practicing physicians, medical residents, and fellows surveyed between March and April of this year. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
A Sudbury country artist is up for 2 Josie Music Awards in Nashville.
Dear alcohol, it's me again.
Chad Rivette is nominated for a Songwriter Achievement Award at the Bel Air Mansion and a Social Impact Award at the Grand Ole Opry for his song Dear Alcohol. Rivette started his musical journey at just 6 years old and put his dreams on hold to care for his mother when she became sick. Now he hosts music writing nights at his home with other local artists, 2 of whom co-wrote one of the nominated songs.
I've been playing anywhere from 5 to 7 shows a week for the last 33 years. And then when my last kid moved out of the nest 2 years ago, I'm like, I'm going to give songwriting a shot. So I gave it a shot, and then I hit 8 #1 songs on radio. And I won 2024 International Entertainer of the Year in Atlanta last year. And then I just took a shot by submitting these, hopefully getting a nomination, and I got a nomination for both awards. So I'm pretty pumped, pretty stoked. My childhood dream definitely coming true.
Cousin Vinny's Restaurant is collaborating with the Sudbury Performance Group to host a benefit to help Rivette get to Nashville for the award ceremonies. The benefit is happening October 26th from 3 p.m. to 7, where audience members will get to see more than 15 local musicians. Finally, tonight, a new Liskeard woman is celebrating a $1 million lottery win. Marcia Jane Desjardins matched all 7 Encore numbers in a September 3rd draw. She's been a lottery player for over 30 years and says she was shocked to find out she won after she checked her ticket in the store. Marcia says winning felt unreal and she plans to invest her winnings. Congratulations. That takes us to the end of our newscast this Tuesday night. For the latest news anytime, remember you can head to our website, CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. You can also download our CTV News app. Thanks for watching. Good night.